Hello once again, everybody. Welcome back to Scout Only MvM until we get an Australium. I've had a long hiatus. I thought I was making videos the whole time, but apparently I'd stepped into a magic wardrobe. Or for the last 20 years I was doing this challenge, not getting a single drop. But then I step out of the wardrobe, and it's just been a year and a half. Editing Jarrett here. After a year and a half, I almost forgot about the question of the day. Wanted to still include that even though it's been a while, so I went back to the last video. I had asked if there were a new Australium released, what do you think it should be? And my favorite answer was from Reversed9, who suggested an Australium Rescue Ranger. I thought that was very cool because it gets used a lot in MvM from NGs of various skill levels, and that would be a great one. And a new question, whether or not you want to respond to it, would be, what's your MvM pet peeve? Mine is definitely pyros. I don't really have a problem with the gas passer, but yeah, pyros. But put that in the comments next time I make a video. Hopefully it'll be next week and not a whole year. And I'll select an answer. So, back to the video. Yeah, sorry about the long hiatus. I mean, not like anybody really cares. I'm sure whoever watches this video will be a completely different audience from whoever might have been watching it prior. But we're back, and we're back here on Mecha Engine, so we can complete all of the core advanced MvM tours that give you Australiums. There's still Steel Trap, obviously. I'll probably end up playing that, even though it's 6 missions. Outrageous. But we're on Mecha Engine first, and we are starting it off with an easy one. Big Rock Bone Shaker with an easy team. Starting this one in a Singaporean server. I have 200 ping this mission, which makes the gameplay a little weird. Makes melee registry weird, makes hit scan registry take a second sometimes, but the gameplay doesn't change a lot because it's hit scan. If it were playing a projectile class, it'd be a lot different. But we're starting it off, dying to the giant heavy there. This whole mission we're just going to run the short stop. We're not going to be showing off any of the other unlocks for Scout. You don't need to run different stuff for Scout on this tour. There's only 2 maps to choose from out of 3 missions, and none of them require the height of the soda popper. The Force of Nature, excuse me, is not required in any mission at all, but you know, I'd say even less so here. There's nothing really to knock into pits. The missions are very easy because of the sniper there on the big sniper rock. As soon as I get to see it there, right there, you see where that sniper is standing? The sniper is unkillable there, and he can solo carry the mission if he hits his shots, that is. And if you have an engineer that gives him a dispenser, then it is completely a lock, which is the case for this whole first mission. The other 2 missions in the tour, a little bit more interesting. The fact is, for this whole tour though, you know, this tour in general, not this one specifically, it's not a very interesting one, I think, as far as viewing experiences go. I don't know if I'll be playing it much more throughout the challenge. If you know, I do commit to doing the challenge. I do want to. I do like MvM, and I do like making these videos just for the love of the game. But yeah, the Mecha Engine, it's probably the most popular tour for people who just want Australiums and nothing else. It is very short. This video is a bit shorter than the other ones. And that could be because I'm, you know, I got a little bit better idea of how to make these missions more concise with my editing, but I think it's mostly due to the fact that there's just not a lot going on for me to partake in, especially if a sniper is just going to be killing everybody. But wow, we've already blew through the first 3 waves, on to wave 4 here. These missions all giving you quite a bit of money to play with by the end of them. Getting the shortstop powered up here. Going to be focusing on this tank a little bit, just letting the sniper do his thing. Mecha Engine has an interesting little gimmick with it. I don't know if this is the first one. I can't remember. It's been so long since MvM was added and I didn't play it a lot when it was, but I think they added engineer bots to the Mecha Engine update, and that is the biggest gimmick of this tour. Engineer bots will be spawning all behind you, in front of you, and they run and they try to build their little buildings, and there's, you know, probably 4 or 5 of them setting up if you don't take care of them. This is more pronounced on the decoy mission, decoy disintegration. You really need to be paying attention to where the Engies are and trying to kill them. But on Big Rock, not so much. The engineers can be a little bit problematic, can make it difficult for you to get money, can make it difficult for you to chase giant scouts. But for the most part, if you're doing well, all the missions going to be taking place in this cave, and it's easy to keep up with everything. And it's just a little boring, I'm not gonna lie. I still had fun playing it, you know, it's nice to get a change of pace in, but, you know, you can see I haven't been talking a lot about the gameplay, and we're already through Wave 5, onto Wave 6. Another gimmick that Mecha Engine has is at the end of every mission, there is just one big boss to kill, and support bots too, of course. It wouldn't make it just one robot to kill. But the end of every mission is just a gimme. You know, I don't even know if it's quite possible to fail on it, even with a very, very bad team, unless they're just, you know, like, you'd have to try to fail it, I think. Even though with the other 2 missions, my teams were leaving a bit to be desired. Dying here to the giant burst soldier like a fool. Just, yeah, not a whole lot going on for this first mission. I can't really add much more than what you see on screen. We just have 2 more pairs of these medic soldier combos to take care of. Then some little bots that the sniper will invariably kill. The shortstop putting in work. 1 more pair of these guys to take care of. Of course, we have to christen our return to this series with a pyro in the game, and a medic too to boot. This is just like Gear Grinder in that you don't need a medic. Medic wasn't thought of very much in MvM when this was added. You know, you didn't have projectile shields, you didn't have revives. I'm gonna focus the tank here on wave 7, essentially the last wave of the mission. Just gonna blow up this tank, let the sniper do his thing in the front line. If there even are any bots coming out, I don't even need to pay attention, the sniper will take care of them for us. Second tank down quickly. We have some giant rapid fire demo men to take care of. I've said it before, I'll say it again. These guys have way too little health for them to really be considered a threat. They can kill you, but you know, you're just probably going to kill them before they even get a chance to aggro on you if you approach them at the right time. Nothing like the heavies, nothing like the soldiers. I don't know why they gave them such a small health pool. I think it's like 2,500 or something. It might be more, but it certainly doesn't feel like much. So we've taken down all the giants here, and all we have left is the 1 big tank, and we dispatch with it quite quickly. And now there is the boss, a fist of steel heavy that constantly regenerates his health. I'm running out of things to spend my money on due to the restrictions I've placed on myself. I guess we'll get projectile penetration. I get tricked here into the spawn. Engineer, knowing what he's doing, placed a teleporter there. I knew it was happening too because I saw the teleporter shut down, but I took it anyway. I did not expect this to happen, but it's a funny little gimmick. I thought that the heavy would just be stuck here. Apparently he can just jump right over. He's gonna do that quickly. Yep, step right on out over the sentry, over us, and we get to try and kill him now. After I die, a medic trying to revive me. I'm not sure if I'd still be stuck if he rezzed me, but I declined it anyway. We stepped out here. The heavy got really far, all things considered. Most of the time that is not the case. Our engineer even disconnecting to swap the heavy to help kill him a little bit quicker. Going quickly over everybody's loot here. This is just like Gear Grinder. Then that you only get 1 drop per mission, and typically 1 drop at the end of the tour. Little funny pre-game moment as I'm queuing for our next mission. This kid making a lot of noise.
Michael, you could have saved
I could have saved it. Michael could have saved it. I couldn't have saved it, but you know, a fun little moment. And TF2, always fun. Every aspect of it, a funny game. But here we are on mission 2, Decoy Disintegration. I knew right off the rip this is going to be a rougher mission. When I hit tab, I saw half the team. This was their first mission ever in Mecha Engine, possibly MvM, but probably not. And the rest of them that did have missions, this was very low tour. With the exception of maybe the heavy. The heavy seemed to have a little bit of an idea of what he was doing. I can give you an example of that later. Here's our first taste of the engineers on Decoy. Like I said earlier, they are a lot more problematic on this map than they are in Big Rock. But you only have this one map on Decoy, so I think that's why people who are just farming Aussies tend to play this tour a lot. Well, we complete the first wave, just a bunch of KGB heavies, pretty easily. The heavies will come from the top left, and I think they do that to show you that other bots will in future waves. They make the first wave pretty easy for you to pass, but it gets pretty hairy later on. People have a hard time keeping up with those bots from the top. Nobody but the engineer is up there, even though ideally you have a soldier up there. But our soldier, he just, you know, wasn't experienced, so it's not really his fault. I blame the pyro. It's always easy to blame the pyro. There's an engineer setting up behind us. I'm the only person who's remotely concerned about it, but I decide that I cannot get that sentry, so I just run in front of it and kill myself. Defending the bridge here from these little scouts. This, just like Gear Grinder, sorry for being a broken record. You want to put your sentry on top of the bomb, which our NG did do. He's got the sentry watching the hole. But it's still helpful to just, you know, dish out some damage. Protect the bomb when you can. These giant Nemo Knights being the last of the bots we have to kill, and then we all hop onto the tank together. Quickly kill it to introduce ourselves to wave 3. A very, very low-key wave. Just a bunch of small bots and Fist of Steel heavies to contend with. The Fist of Steel heavies do have a lot of health, but not that hard to deal with. We get killed there by our soldier shooting a rocket into the pyro, killing 3 of his teammates. You shouldn't do that. Don't shoot into pyros, especially not from a long range. It seems like, you know, the bots, the more time they have to react, the more accurate they'll be with the air blast timing. We have our pyro spamming air blast. Never a fun moment. Later on, he almost kills me with a sentry buster just blasting around. A lot of people get really angry when you just spam air blast as pyro. I don't get angry about it, but I do not find it helpful at all. Here's me trying to kill one of those engineers I mentioned. For some reason on this map and not on the others, they have an Uber medic married to them. And they're a little bit troublesome to kill. You saw that one there setting up as level 3 after I just blew it up. Just couldn't kill him. They also drop $16 every time, so when somebody else does kill them and they don't pick up that money, here I am almost getting killed. When they don't pick up that money, I am left wondering, where the hell did that engineer die? There's like half a dozen spots that they could set up, and I don't know which one it is. So, always pick up your money from bots you kill, if it's not directly in the middle. We struggle a little bit with money here, but not very much. Wave 4, this is where things get a little troublesome for us. We failed this one, I think, twice before swapping up our playstyle. The medic just not offering as much support as he thinks he is. We're not facing that much damage. We just need to dish out more damage. Here we are. We kill the medic, but we don't kill the engineer because I hear the bomb about to get dropped. I have to respond to that. Here I am taking out more engineers because I want to stay on top of that, but I guess I should have been on the scouts because one of them sneaked by. There are 8 of them this wave, you can see. And the first few are not that hard to kill, but later on they can be pretty hard. Here I am killing the one scout that got by, but another one is close behind him. I fail my jump. Maybe I could have killed him if I didn't, but maybe not at the same time. Here we are in our 3rd attempt of the wave. And I don't think we do this one either. It might have been four attempts at the wave before we swapped anything up. The pyro here babysitting the bomb. It's a decent play considering what's been happening, but I happen to know that he would have been better help on the tank because that's what ends up nearly killing us. The scout running to the pit too. There's nothing we can do. We don't have enough damage. I don't have ammo to help kill the tank. He drops that thing right in. We almost get it. Here is our medic asking if he should take a DPS character. The soldier trying to say that he will take more. He wants the medic. I start spamming no after the medic swaps. He swaps to engineer, which is a bit of a weird swap, but not bad at all. The extra dispenser is nice, and the sentry does dish out decent enough damage. A lot more than a medic who is not shield bashing will. So after they're requesting for a medic, I'm going to spam no. It's not talking, not technically. We start off our final attempt here on this wave. This part goes a lot better. I decide to not really worry about the money either on this wave. There's just too much stuff going on. You can't spend the money if you don't pass the wave, so I gotta help pass the wave. And we have enough money at this point, I think, to fend for ourselves. We kill the 5th scout here very shortly. 2 more scouts left after this one. If we can hold them off, I know the wave is a lock, so I focus on him. Nobody else is carrying the bomb besides the scouts. You know, scout's gonna get to it first. Kill him. 1 more scout. He hops out of the teleporter Ubered, but Uber does not last long enough. He faces our fury. We take him down. And now there's just a bunch of little bots. Going to defend the bridge here once again from the little scouts. The sentry is not here, set up yet. I am the sentry. Take care of them, trying not to get killed by the sniper meanwhile. 4 more bots here, and we finally best wave 4. On to wave 5. This one I know is going to be easy. The guy could swap back to medic if he wanted to, and we'd probably still pass, but he doesn't, which I much prefer. Picking up any money that I left behind here. I know it's going to be a pathetic affair, but still, it's worth picking up. This next wave, I'll try and pick up extra money for the team, but I know it's probably not going to go well. Shaking with anticipation. I know we're probably not going to pick up much money still. You know, stuff just gets so spread out. This team does not have the composition necessary or the skill necessary to keep all the bots into one spot and to A+ every wave. That's okay. You don't need to A+ every wave. It's more of a suggestion. It's more important early game to be sure you're getting those bonuses. Because later game, you have enough. People are going to buy resistances, people are going to buy their damage upgrades, and they're going to be able to do just fine. Doing some mobbing here. I haven't been able to display much of the mobbing this tour. There wasn't a whole lot for me to do. There was a little bit more this one because we didn't have a sniper. Sniper's also very good on this map. He's not unkillable like on Big Rock, but you know, you can play this whole tour as sniper and just absolutely carry everybody. But as a result, there's not a whole lot of mobbing for me to do, but I had a little bit here from these conch soldiers. And obviously there was more that I didn't cut into the video, but it was just a little bit sparse. Mostly big giants to kill and stuff, and scouts to chase, which I still think looks visually appealing. But here we are in the last wave. This boss is a crit pipe shooting demo man. I think he charges too. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't. Starting off with some support bots though. Takes a minute for the giant to step out. He's carrying the bomb, so we don't have to worry about these scouts as much. We don't have to worry about the NGs either, really. Because we're going to kill this guy quite quickly. Let's lay into him here. 600 damage, 1000 damage at a time. His health pool whittling away. Our pyro dying, of course. As you do. Our heavy dying too. Oh no, that's our soldier. Just a testament to the team being not great. I'm gonna die here as well though, because I'm not great either. Gonna respawn and body block the demo and let the team take care of him. And we're gonna complete decoy disintegration. Showing off everybody's loot. I got milk, that guy got a cloak and dagger, that guy got gloves of running urgently. This guy got gas, the pyro got gas. Isn't that cute? Nobody completing their tour here. So we move on to our last mission, Big Rock, Broken Parts. This mission was probably even worse than the second mission, despite us having a sniper and an NG, and the sniper having a dispenser. Sometimes people will pick NG, and they'll try and put the dispenser to the team. It just does a lot better if you have a sniper that's getting everything, but the sniper wasn't, I guess, the greatest. I guess he just didn't hit many of his shots. I don't know. It just felt like the mission was very hard when it perhaps shouldn't have been. I zoomed in on that guy, Christian. Had 2,197 tours. He did not pick a class. I guess he didn't like what he saw by the end. But maybe he knew something that I didn't, because I'm sure he would not have been happy about sticking with this mission. Probably would have left before the end of the first wave if he didn't leave before the game. If you have 2,000 tours, I'm sure you can pretty good at sniffing out what a lobby worth playing is. But this mission, quite our fair share of failures too, even late into the wave, which is very sad. But you know, we ended up clutching it out and didn't have to leave any of these games. Everybody felt like for the whole time that they could pass it, and you know what? They did. Props to the low skill players still making it work. Trying to body block the soldier here, end up getting a rocket to the face for my trouble. Probably wasn't necessary. I mean, it's helpful to body block the giants, let the sniper get some easy shots in. I'm not sure what sniper he's using. I assume it's the heat maker. This mission also having a lot of spies to fight with. I luckily don't think I died to any of them throughout my time, but I do have a habit of dying to them. But Scout is pretty good at outrunning the spies. Later on there's a wave with 100 of them. They're fun to kill. They're like the flying demo knights of this tour, I'd say. We have one giant soldier left to wrap up wave 1. Mark him real quick, get some licks in. 17 more crit bat scouts to kill. We kill them quickly, and we introduce ourselves into wave 2. Pitching a little fit here about the teleporter not being two-way yet. Also, somebody else picked up that last $9 that I left behind. A lot of money to spend on this mission. This mission starts off with the most money out of the tour. And we already have our shortstop pretty well ramped up. It's pretty nice. Starting off wave 2 here with some mobbing of some huntsman snipers. I notice the sniper's not killing a whole ton of them. I mean, he's hitting his shot, but I think we're killing a lot of them too, which speaks to him maybe not hitting his shots. Maybe we're just getting in his way, killing everything too quickly. A tank rolls up here after the huntsmans. Our pyro does not elect to hop on the tank with us. He wants to get on the giants. I don't think that that's helpful, especially if you're just going to die like that doing it. Try to milk the heavy, but I think he has deflector bullets, so he destroys my projectile. Gotta hop behind the medic here. Pop him. I know it's not worth shooting him, so I'm going to work on the tank a bit till the Uber wears off. Once the Uber wears off, we'll try and help the pyro here, reluctantly. I think he should be on the tank. I am right, because we do end up failing this wave. Gonna body block the heavy here. See if we can get on the tank in a hurry. It's just better to kill the tank, especially if you're something like a pyro. Almost out of ammo here. I noticed a scout running behind. The engineers that spawned to help me. Gonna use a shove of the shortstop to stop him from dropping the bomb in, and we both kill him. A dynamic duo for sure. Gonna try to milk this next scout that's running in closely behind him. I can't shove him while I'm reloading. Perhaps I should have saved my shove or my reload. You know, however I was supposed to word that. But we fail. Wave 2 for the first time. Starting off again by mobbing these huntsmen once again. I'm hoping that the pyro kind of noticed that we failed and he'll get on the tank, but he does not end up connecting those dots. And we have a demo man and a pyro at the front line here, trying to kill the giants before the tank. It just doesn't work out. The tank can't heal itself. The tank also doesn't have any weaknesses. The tank doesn't stop moving. You can't body block the tank. It's just better to get the tank first. I try and help the engineer here with the tank, sitting on top of the fence, letting the dispenser fill me up. Then I see the first scout. I don't know if that engineer was trying to block the scouts with his sentry. It wasn't quite in the right spot. I think the tank would have run it over if he did put it in the right spot, but scouts are able to finagle past it. We killed the first one fine though. The giant heavy medic combo still alive. See, we'd probably have the tank almost dead by now if the pyro were helping out. But alas, we do not. The medic probably already popped his quick fix. I'm going to step away here, kill this scout. Even though that the heavy's carrying the bomb, I don't want the heavy to die and then the scout to be healthy and run away with it. So I'm going to try and kill him now. For some reason, he's very fixated on our sniper. Back to the medic heavy combo, who are still not dead. Pyro just doesn't do a lot of single target damage. I don't know why he wanted to be on the giant so much. He probably just likes to hit sounds or something. I don't know. Narrowly killed the heavy here. The bomb is very close. I'm going to try and kill this scout. I managed to shove him off. We saved the day once again, but there are 3 more scouts behind him coming close, and the bomb is right there. I gotta go ahead and try and destroy these teleporters before the scouts teleport in. And then if I can, I want to kill the scouts, or at least deal a lot of damage to them so my team can kill them. Trying to get into the tunnel here, but there's a bunch of soldiers and I don't want to kill them. Makes it hard to get the money if they die in that tunnel and there's too much spam to deal with. But I would definitely want to work my way in there. I do pretty soon here after I get the money. Still trying to focus on the money as much as I can. Even though I know that this mission is not going to be A+able, I just want to give my team as much money as they can get. Killing that giant charged soldier. Checking on the bomb here. Trying to kill this NG. Managed to do so easily. Engineers don't fight back on this tour. They're kind of stupid. They just commit very hard to their buildings. And they don't have medics on them with this one. They're easy to deal with. Another giant charge soldier in the tunnel here, slowly shooting his crit rockets. I gotta be careful. The splash can kill me super easily. I work my way in here though, just in time to greet the scouts. Let's see if I can get some damage in on them. There are 3 of them all together. And nobody's here to help me, and I can't really get past the soldier very easily. I find a gap here, try and run back up to the scouts to meet them at the bomb site. But I haven't done very much damage to them, and I managed to push them, but there are 3 of them there, and they're knocking me around, and we fail wave 2 again. I'm the only person who even noticed the scouts or tried to do anything about them. That one made me a little angry because we were so close to the end there. But alas, we keep trying. We mob the huntsman once again, and I think the pyro's going to ignore the tank, but he doesn't. He steps off to go deal with the tank. I get some preliminary damage here on the medic before I go assist them with the tank, because I notice that the pyro is on the tank at this time, which means that the whole team can focus on the giant once the tank is dead. The sniper taking care of the super scout and the giant medic. He does some work, you know. I didn't give him quite as much credit as perhaps I should have, but you know, the mission was definitely harder than it perhaps should have been with the sniper. We take down the giant deflector heavy, and then we start back on the tank before we notice this scout, the pyro, taking some damage to him too, which is good. Letting the scout get a little bit further. I'm not missing my shots. This is strategic. I'm letting him get there, so we have the bomb right there, and we can have an easy body block once anything else comes up. That does come into play. So my strategy ended up playing out. We take out the tank, and here's a scout coming up to take the bomb. I sit here ready to body block him, but we kill him pretty quickly. The last 3 scouts we know all come together, and we're ready to body block them in that doorway as soon as we can. Take a crit rocket to the face. Luckily I had like 700 health or whatever the hell I had. I'm not buying any resistances, so I can't be taking rockets to the face casually like that. Engineer's teleporter getting set up. The big blue beam letting me know exactly where he is. I'm going to take care of him after I get this ammo. Boom. They ended up, as soon as the buildings are built, they turned into level 3. They don't have to upgrade them or anything, so it's important to take care of them right away. But they don't have any bonus health. I think on 2 cities, all their buildings have bonus health as soon as they plop them down. The teleporters have bonus health, but the sentries die in one hit, just like vanilla TF2. The group of soldiers stepping up to try and get the bomb. I can't body block them because there's too much spam, and it's just not nearly as effective. They can step around me. You know, they're not nearly the size of the door. Luckily the sniper's here to help, and the sentry's here to help us keep the bomb right there. Running past the giant charge soldiers here to pick up this money, and we'll get to work on these scouts. I'm not even going to shoot them. I'm not going to bother with them. Don't have to bother with the NG. Nothing that's getting teleported really matters. I run up, and the charged soldiers right there almost kills me. Luckily, he did not. And he did not bring the bomb over the edge. Blocking these scouts. They do push me around a little bit, but we managed to keep them there. And now I know, just like the previous mission, that the wave is a lock, that the scouts are dead. All we have is a couple big soldiers to kill, and the whole team's right here to help do it. Little soldiers dying easily. Uber medic right there, but we kill him. Last soldier falling down and dying, and we finally get to wave 3 after so many tries. Getting our upgrades here: clip size, firing speed, damage. Our shortstop is nearly fully upgraded. We already got the firing speed. All we need is one more clip size, and then we'll have it fully tuned. This mission giving us a lot of money. A lot. This wave, I'm not able to help a whole lot with the mobbing. There's a lot of crits, there's a lot of pyros, there's a lot of uber medics. I'm probably better spent just picking up money, picking up the overhealth money, and trying to stay alive, milking stuff, letting the pyro die, just like he did right there. We have these giant demomen, rapid fire demomen, with their pitiful health pools. We kill them pretty quickly. 2 more step out, kill them. 2 more step out, yep. 3 more, I guess, kill them. Then we have the tank to deal with, and 3 more demomen, but we're not at all concerned about the demomen. We all hop on the tank here, even the heavy. Don't know where the heavy came from. I guess our soldier swapped, or our demo. It was our demo, definitely. Take care of the tank. The demos died to the sniper off camera, and we are into wave 4 with 8 giant heavies and the 100 scouts that I had 100 spies I had mentioned earlier. This wave also pretty easy. The crit scouts are just bat scouts. The engineers are normal support engineers. And we start off wave 4. The spies all come out of the tunnel there, just like every other thing. They cloak and then they uncloak somewhere in a few predetermined spots. You'd think that the spies would die in random places, but it's actually really easy to pick up the money that the spies drop. Oh, look at that. That's what I mean when they're fun to kill. Like, I don't know, it's something about not getting hit markers and them just dropping dead. A fun little thing. I guess the scouts aren't bat scouts, they're scattergun scouts. Shows you what I know. I don't play a whole lot of Mecha Engine, especially on Scout. But yeah, I had a fun time trying to do as much damage as I could. I didn't really pay attention to how much damage I did or how much I died on the scoreboard. Just tried to do my best with what I could. All our team dying to the spies. Scout, like I mentioned earlier, pretty good at evading the spies. I'm lucky I didn't get stabbed here though, with 17 spies left. See, there's one that popped out from behind me. Could have just strafed right into one of them, but not today. A dozen spies left. Making quick work of that sentry gun with my beefy shortstop. Before that engineer dies, we got the giant heavies beginning to come out with 6 spies left. I guess they left the 6 spies so that you could potentially get backstabbed while you're focused on them, but our team did pretty well. I'm going to kill the last of the spies here. All of them taken care of. Now we just have 5 heavies to take care of. Our sniper and our pyro, I think, dying to that sentry buster that the engineer just let detonate right beside them. Almost dying here to the heavy while I'm alone. Taking out the uber medic, dropping him, getting some damage in. Gotta get out of the tunnel if I can. I can't. The bullets. I can't outrun bullet. The heavies have been popped, so I'm going to try and just break line of sight of them so I can run up and milk them or mark them or do damage to them. Whatever I feel is appropriate. Get some shots in on him. And I die very randomly to a crit scout. I didn't hear him. I didn't even hear the bullet hit. The crit shortstop doing 2,700 damage to that heavy. That is just outrageous. I wish I could buy crit canteens, but I made the rules. I gotta stick with them. We beat wave 4, and then we have wave 5 next with a bunch of crit soldiers and a bunch of Fist of Steel heavies. I'm already out of things to spend my money on. I guess we'll just upgrade the milk. Can't get any body upgrades. We'll get ammo capacity and projectile penetration. And then we'll start off wave 5. Another wave which I'm not able to help with as much as I want. I can't help with the Fist of Steel heavies, but I can't really help out with the crit soldiers because they'll just annihilate me. Because if I get hit by 1 rocket, it'll probably be 2 hitting me instead. There are 60 of them. We'll just let the snipers take care of them. Yep, see? Of course, I'm just going to take that to the face. Trying to kill this engineer here. I'm not able to quite do it. And again, I'm the only person who's at all concerned about these engineers setting up. The teleporters give them like 4 seconds of Uber or something when the bots run out of them. So I just wish people would pay a little bit more attention, but it's not really going to make anything too challenging. Most of the money is being dropped by the sniper, which is, as I mentioned in a previous episode, is red money. I don't need to pick it up. It's already collected when the sniper hits his headshot. I can turn it into health, but I don't need to get it. But eventually, our team does have to deal with this sentry. They do. Taking care of the snipers to help out the sniper. And then we'll shoot on some Fist of Steel heavies, trying to keep track of money as much as I can. But we already have so much, I don't even know if I need to. Now all the bots in the tunnel, I don't want to kill them. Like I said, last wave, if I can. It can be hard to get into the tunnel and get out, especially if there's a bunch of spam going on, like I did to myself here. Locked myself in the tunnel and then I get sentryed. I really had no business getting in there, but we have 3 more crit rockets that I'm just going to try and really let mosey by. I don't need to get aggressive and get the kill. We're just going to wait for them to die. And then move on into wave 6. The effective last wave. This wave we also have some trouble with. We have 3 tanks and we have the usual suspects. The giant scouts. Which of course, new players always have trouble focusing on for some reason. I guess they're a little bit quiet. They don't damage you and they're just running to drop the bomb off. A lot of crits being thrown around this wave as well. We got crit heavies, crit powers, crit soldiers. Not a whole lot of them, but enough to be concerned about. We got our first tank rolling out here. And I'm expecting the scouts to come in close behind. But for now, I'll just help dish out damage to the tank. I don't know where our pyro is. Oh, he's fighting a heavy. He's fighting a giant heavy alone. I saw in the kill feed there. Because he's a smart guy. He throws gas. He does have a flog though, so he can deal a lot of damage to the tank. While he's dealing with the tank, I'm going to try and get some damage in on this heavy who has no medic with him. But he's really looking at me. He really wants to look at me. I need to get an angle above him like this. It's a lot easier to duck in and out of his line of sight if I have elevation to play with. I can just step out. The pyro not picking up the money from the tank, so I gotta run off and do that. I'm going to jump up here and body block this heavy. Milk him. Hope he doesn't aggro me. It looks like he did for a second, but then it looks like he didn't. I don't know what happened there. But I jumped down reflexively anyway. We killed the heavy up there. The bomb's in a decent spot. I am in my mind hoping I am able to body block anything that gets up there. I notice a giant scout coming. There's only 2 left, so I want to try and get a body block in and get some damage in. Oh, epic clutch. I use the short stop shove and I don't interrupt it with my reload. And we save the wave to no avail. We end up dying its wave anyway. Sorry for the spoilers. I wish I could say that this wave was a success after my epic clutch, but it wasn't, because we have the giant heavy medic combo right here. And the medic, I don't think he was popped yet, and we just didn't have the damage to take care of it because we have the other giants walking up. I do manage to body block the heavy, hoping the sniper does not shoot me. He's having a hard time deciding for some reason. I should have been dead probably twice over now. Drop some milk in for the heavy. The soldier's shooting at me, which makes the body block less effective. He's able to get some ground on. I'm not able to keep it together. I wasn't shooting at the giants here because I didn't want them to aggro me, but they end up aggroing me anyway, and we made it all the way to the end of that wave, only to fail. This time in the warm-up, I jump off a cliff to be a funny little boy, which is foreshadowing my death that I'm about to receive here. We start off with some mobbing. I get rezzed by crits. I die immediately again. Then I get rezzed by crits. I'm just being really careless around all these crit shooting robots. And I pay for it dearly by getting knocked back by a scout into the cliff that I had just jumped in. Try to push myself against the water, but it doesn't work. But we respawn back. Most of the crit enemies are dead, but not all of them. I still gotta be careful. We take care of the scouts. And then the tank walks out again, and I'm going to help once again lay into the tank, get as much damage as I can in before the scouts pop out. Second tank pops up. I know the scouts are going to be coming out at this point. We blow up the first tank. Heavy starts working on the second tank. The heavy medic combo right in front of our tank. But our whole team is here to focus on the giants now. See, the pyro killing the super scout there. So this one should go better. I see the scouts running off to the side. I take it upon myself to chase down and kill the scout. Both of them that are right here. Luckily my aim did not suck that awfully in this occasion. I see the scouts again as I go to pick up some tank money. I run to meet them at the bridge. Get as much damage as I can in. The pyro and the heavy helping to shoot them too. And that's the last of the scouts. And at this point I know yet again that the wave is probably saved. All we have is a few giants to take care of. They are big, they are slow. They have a lot of health, but they aren't going to drop that bomb off before we can kill them. The medic popping is quick fix. But once that's over, we're able to get some damage to stick on him. We're going to kill him. Just like this. There he goes. We start chasing the heavy, who almost kills me as I try to body block him. Then I butchered this milk throw, but we kill the tank. Now we only have 6 giant soldiers left, which die pretty easily. Don't have to worry about them. I'm running to him as he tries to pick up the bomb, but he's not going to get to on my watch. The second soldier here, let me get some ammo. Body block him on the bridge, take care of him. Sniper and me back on the tank. I thought almost that we didn't have enough time to get it, but we get it pretty comfortably, and we finally get to wave 7 after so much heartache. Our consolation prize. This boss, probably the easiest one in the tour. I'm not sure. They're all pretty easy. I step behind him and I start to unload on him, giving him back shots. Spies to support him. Our team all dies to spies. And I die to a crit rocket. But it's okay. We run right back. He hasn't made it that far. We all start shooting him again. The spy supports are dead. All there is snipers now, and those aren't really threatening enough to care about. We just start working on his health bar. He's below half health at this point. We got crits brass beast. We got rocket specialist on him. This giant is good as dead. Splendid, splendid. And here we are looking at our drops. What are we going to get? Oh, anticipation, and we don't get anything. We don't get our Australium this time, but there's always next time. I'd like to thank everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'm looking forward to making more of these, even though I waited 1.5 years to make them, but, you know, who cares? It's not like I owe you anything. Thank you all again, though. Hope you have a wonderful day. Bye now.